Good morning, and welcome to Portland State University College of the Arts 2022 Spring Commencement Ceremony. I am Leroy Bynum Jr., the Dean of the College of the Arts, and I am delighted to stand here before you and celebrate the achievements of our students graduating today. Joining me on the stage are PSU's academic leaders and our 4 student commencement speakers, all of whom are listed in the program. Portland State University is located in the heart of downtown Portland, Oregon, in Multnomah County. We honor the indigenous people whose traditional and ancestral homelands we stand on. The Multnomah, Cathlamet, Clackamas, Tumwater, Watlala bands of the Chinook, the Tualatin, Kalapuya, and many other indigenous nations of the Columbia River. It is important to acknowledge the ancestors of this place and to recognize that we are here because of the sacrifices forced upon them. In remembering these communities, we honor their legacy, their lives, and their descendants. Now, please rise for the singing of the national anthem by Portland State University's Olivia Alfson. Olivia is graduating with her Bachelor of Music degree in vocal performance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Olivia, and congratulations on your achievement. Please take your seats. Commencements are joyous times where we can come together to publicly celebrate the milestone accomplishment of degree attainment. Commencements also allow us time for reflection as we acknowledge challenges overcome, the sacrifices made, and the commitment and persistence shown along the way. And so I say, yes, celebration is the spirit of the day, and congratulations are most definitely in order. And I'll begin my congratulations, however, by first thanking and congratulating the parents, the families, the spouses, the partners, and the support communities of our graduating students, both those who are in attendance and those who could not be with us today. No student finishes college on their own. Your support and encouragement laid the groundwork for the successes we celebrate today. I therefore, on behalf of Portland State University and the 2022 graduates of the College of the Arts, take this moment to honor you, the families and supporters. Today's milestone would not be possible but for the love, the sacrifices made, and the care you've given to our esteemed graduates. I applaud you all. There is an African proverb that states, "When you pray, move your feet." It reminds us that vision without action is merely a dream, a fantasy. Graduates, the degree that you will receive today is proof that you know how to move your proverbial feet. You don't need reminding that you are here this morning as a result of a great deal of effort. This you know. But I feel compelled to remind some of you and inform others that you are also here because of an equal or greater amount of courage that you possess. It takes courage to pursue a degree in the arts. It takes courage to face down the self-consciousness and the frustration and the judgment that comes along with any creative pursuit. And it takes enormous courage to silence or turn down the volume on the external noise that beckons us to practicality or potential profitability over passion and purpose. I therefore fully appreciate that for many of you, the decision to become an artist was not always been an easy one. And it may have come with quite a bit of stress. To this, I say, you rock. I also say, consider the words of Dustin Timbrook, who wrote the following in an article entitled, "If you want your child to survive the future, send them to art school." And I quote, "The person with creative literacy is able to find purpose and apply meaning to her world rather than having meaning handed down and purpose assigned to her. The painting student completes his thesis exhibit with a head full of more lessons than just how to paint. He is now equipped with an ability to see problems, connections, and solutions where others see only a blank surface. I assure you, this ability is not limited to the canvas." End of quote. I think we can all agree with Timbrook that creative problem solving is now being valued as a highly marketable skill. I would, however, go a step further with the assertion that only through creative problem solving can and will we as a society ever overcome the major issues that face us today. Consider this. Throughout recorded history, the arts have endured to tell the stories of generations past. The arts have reflected societal values and customs and have elevated thought and consciousness. Simply put, today's art is tomorrow's history lesson. What we know of civilizations past comes from the architecture, the sculptures, the paintings, the stories, and music that artists left behind. Artists tell us where we have been, what we have accomplished, when we have failed, and how we have been to each other. Likewise, artists are the harbingers of the future. In our films, our plays, even in our fashion, heralding a civilization yet to come. And more than just heralding, as artists and through our creativity, we have the power to affect and outright change forever our society's course of events. That is why I challenge you all, going forward, ask the hard questions and tell the hard stories. We all have a responsibility to go deeper in our work. We all have a responsibility to forge stronger connections with our audiences, our students, our colleagues, our communities, our families, and our friends. This is what all art, really what all human endeavor is for: to create meaning and to strengthen the connections between us. If you do this well, perhaps when future generations look back on you, they will see a community that joined together and creatively confronted the toughest problems of the day, and in so doing, created a better world. So, today, I congratulate you for making the courageous choice to study the arts and to become actors and architects and musicians and sound and stage technicians and painters and sculptors and graphic designers and filmmakers and educators and scholars, among many other exciting artistic interests. Bravo to each and every one of you, and bravo to parents, children, families, employers, and friends for supporting these accomplished scholars and artists as they have worked so hard for this goal. As I now look out on my newly minted community of graduates, artists, and kindred spirits, I am bursting with pride as I extend my warmest air hug to you all for your incredible courage and for the amazing things that you will do. As we in the opera world say, break a leg. Congratulations. I am very pleased now to introduce to you the president of Portland State University, President Stephen Percy.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. It's so good to see you here. Greetings to all the PSU students who are graduating today, as well as their friends, their families, and their supporters. We're so glad to have you here, to be here in person. Graduation ceremonies are among the most exciting times of our year. Like everyone here today, we are so proud of the accomplishments of those graduating. And I want to recognize that those accomplishments have been more difficult during the pandemic. You have survived and shown resilience and shown your toughness and your successfulness by persevering during this really challenging time. We know that the path to graduation is not easy. It's hard, there's rough spots, and it takes grit to get through, but you've done it, and heartfelt congratulations as president and from the whole PSU family. Our ceremony marks the first time we've been able to meet for graduation in 3 years. 3 years we've not been able to do this, and I'm so excited to be with you in person to celebrate this important moment. For the previous 2 years, we did our best effort to do some virtual graduation to celebrate the accomplishments of those in the College of the Arts. But they didn't get to have this experience. Perhaps there are some of those here today. But I would like all of us to give a round of applause and send our positive spirit energy to those who graduated in 2020 and 2021. Another important first here at PSU is our first generation students. For those of you who are your first in your family to achieve a university degree, please stand so we can acknowledge your achievement. Thank you. Thank you. When you have these opportunities at commencement addresses, you think, what am I going to say? That you're expected to provide some very great words of wisdom to people about their future and their careers and their lives. And I always find that kind of daunting myself to say that, to tell you the truth. So I thought a lot about it, and I'm going to summarize it into one thing, and it resonates with what your dean has already said. Be true to your passions. Why do I say that? In the years I've been at PSU, both as a dean and as a president, I've seen countless examples of the care and passion that PSU students have for the betterment of others. In classes I've taught, in meetings with student leaders, and in conversations with students I've had across the campus, I'm consistently amazed at the level of caring that our students have for the betterment of others, for greater justice and equity, and for fighting back against the harms of climate change. You have shown that passion over and over again. And to be honest with you, your passion is stronger than earlier generations like mine, and I'll admit that. Our world and our nation need a new generation of leaders and advocates who I am confident can create a better world than we face today. That's all of you. As I conclude this morning, I want to share one final thought. When faculty and staff leave our institution for another position or for retirement, I always say to them, once you're part of the PSU family, you're always part of the PSU family. And I want to extend that sincere wish to all of you today. Please remain part of the PSU family. Please stay connected. We want to hear from you and learn about your successes in life. We hope, indeed, we know there will be new opportunities for you to stay involved as alumni. So we want you to be part of our community. You are part of the PSU family for the rest of your lives. Again, my deepest congratulations to all. Yes, amen. And my deepest congratulations of those today. Go Vikes, and let's move on with the show.
Thank you, President Percy. We are here today to honor all of you and the extraordinary achievements that you have made during your time here at PSU in achieving your degrees. But I ask you to reflect as you sit there today on those whom you wish in turn to honor. Who helped you on this path? Who supported you as you pursued the dreams that have brought you here today? Were they family members, community members, teachers, professors, advisors? Someone who walked this path with you and helped you get here where you are. And I ask each of you to reflect on the people whom you would wish to honor and take some time in the coming days to thank and recognize those people in turn as we are recognizing and honoring you today. And as you think about those people, you will realize that none of you came here alone. While you studied, in many cases, alone, you had projects that you had to undertake alone, you did not arrive here alone. You arrived here with all of those supporters, the people who helped you on this journey. But in addition to the fact that you did not arrive here alone, I ask you to think today and recognize that you are not leaving here alone. Look around this room. You are now part of an extraordinarily powerful community. Your fellow graduates, the people who are in this community of supporters, your faculty, the staff, the folks at PSU who were part of this journey. You are now part of a community that will be with you for the rest of your lives. And I encourage you to exercise your membership in that community. Because the more that you do, the more you will reap the power and benefit of those around you, those whom you can rely on, turn to in a moment of trouble, those who will continue to inspire you. This community is one of the most important gifts that you will receive today as you graduate from PSU. And I honor all of you individually, but most importantly, as the community that you now have become and will retain as you move forward for the rest of your lives. I congratulate all of you on your achievements and on your honors today. Thank you.
Thank you, President Percy and Provost Jeffords. And now to the graduates. Our student speakers this year represent the highly talented class of 2022. Our first graduate student representative is Mob Muhammad from the School of Architecture. Mob is receiving a Master's of Architecture and a Certificate in Public Interest Design. And our second speaker is graduate student representative Ilya Yakovenko from the School of Art and Design. Ilya is receiving a Master's of Fine Arts in Contemporary Art Practice with a concentration in art and social practice. Mop?
Good morning. Dear all, congratulations on making it to today. Please give yourself a big round of applause. For waking up every day through a pandemic and still making it to the finish line. We are strong and we are capable. I am here despite living through several wars as an Iraqi child. I am here despite the many adversities that women face, the many obstacles that people of color have to prevail, the many roadblocks that my brain puts in front of me. I am here. You may say that we have just arrived at the beginning of our journey as professionals. And sure, you are correct, but my friends, the chapter we are closing was not easy. And for that, I want to dwell, revel, enjoy, celebrate you and me for as long as I can, or at least until Monday. The knowledge I have gained and who I am today is not who I was when I started, and that is priceless. The liberation of my mind and accomplishments that I have achieved are immeasurable. The friendships and relationships I made here are so valuable. As graduates of College of the Arts, we are all familiar with what it takes to be critiqued after working day and night for the sake of perfection that is always just out of reach. Architecture students endure so many sleepless nights, cuts, failed models, and feeling not good enough. Early in my college education, I lacked confidence, and I felt like I wasn't made to be an architect. But I didn't let it get to me, because I genuinely enjoyed working on my projects. I remember an elder peer whom I looked up to and told me, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. As an introvert, that made me push myself harder to seek help when I feel stuck and treat everybody like a mentor and a teacher to be learned from. Today, I am a mentor to some of my younger peers, and I enjoy being a jury, especially for young first-timers who have never had to defend their work before. I see myself in all of them. I hope you leave today appreciating yourself celebrating your journey, and trying to reach back to your young peers and lift them up to where you are today. I am proud of us today, and I hope that you hold this memory close to your heart, and when the next series of adversities come, remember that you are a survivor. You are able to turn your obstacles and insecurities into success. Thank you to my faculty and peers, especially my research advisors, Dr. Goodman and Dr. Huddadi, and a big thank you to my family and husband. Thank you and congratulations.
Добрий ранок. Good morning. My name is Ilya Yakovenko, and I'm honored to be here today and speak in front of you all. I'll start with sharing one of my dreams. I was walking through my hometown of Mariupol in the east of Ukraine, near the house where I used to live on a hot summer day. I felt the warmth of the sun on my skin. The air was dry and hot, with a light, fresh smell of the sea. Everything seemed normal. Multi-family homes were standing under the shining sun, surrounded by trees. I approached the road that divides the residential neighborhood and the park that goes all the way down to the beach. I saw green trees and long grass everywhere. I heard the familiar chirping of birds. I felt like I'm home. I turned my head slightly to the left and saw a square by the park in front of me. Although everything still looked normal, I almost immediately realized that something here is off, because I knew that the war had already started. Artillery had landed in my neighborhood, and airstrikes had been carried out a half a mile away from my house. In fact, my mom and grandmother had to hide in one of the basements in the neighborhood. They spent 3 weeks in a city surrounded by the invading foreign troops, alongside almost 500,000 people. Under heavy artillery fire, missiles, airstrikes, and without electricity, gas, running water, internet, or cellular network. In my dream, I was looking in the direction of the building they were hiding in the direction of the square from which my mom made her last phone call from Mariupol. After that, I didn't hear from her or my grandma for 13 days. Miraculously, they were able to get out of the city, but by the time I had this dream, I knew that a few buildings away, a number of people got killed while they were cooking food outside or on their way to look for fresh water. This understanding of the ongoing disaster started to take over me, and the feeling of home and calmness was replaced by anxiety. I turned and saw the green park in front of me once again, and the residential block. Now, instead of seeing homes that just less than a minute ago were fine and intact, I saw homes hit by artillery. Windows were blown out, parts of the walls were missing, roofs of some homes were burning. I started turning back to the left, and this time, instead of seeing the park, I saw burned grass and trees. I couldn't believe my eyes. Now, everything was destroyed and burned. Instead of birds, I started hearing explosions and gunshots. I felt horror, sadness, and pain. I couldn't move. I just screamed and cried. Today, we celebrate our graduation. Sadly, many students in Ukraine were not able to graduate this year. Universities, schools, kindergartens, hospitals, theaters were targeted with airstrikes. Mariupol, my hometown, got almost completely destroyed and got occupied by the invading army of a foreign country driven by its desire of colonial domination over the region and the people of Ukraine. My family was able to survive and escape the city, but unfortunately, many others could not. Those who stayed are living under the threat of persecution, violence, forceful displacement by the occupants, famine, epidemics, lack of medical support. The invader keeps trying to take over more land in the east of Ukraine. Its army keeps killing and displacing more people as they speak. I'd like to express my gratitude to my family, to those who are alive and who have passed, to my spouse and life partner who had gone through a similar experience of her family escaping the war in Artsakh last year, to my grandfather who had to smuggle car parts to provide for the family, my mother and grandmother for supporting me and for providing me with the foundation to get where I'm at now, for staying strong even in the face of destruction and displacement. Thank you for the community that hosted me in Portland. I want to thank the faculty of the Art and Social Practice program for being flexible and supporting me, giving me space and time for myself and self-care. I want to thank the PSU community, and especially the folks who I became friends with. Thank you for being with me and supporting me despite all of your own challenges in this country and beyond. I wouldn't have been able to get through this without all of y'all's support. I'd also like to thank the Ukrainian office of Fulbright for believing in me and providing me with this opportunity of getting a graduate degree in the United States. Without their support, I wouldn't be here as well. I want to thank the Ukrainian people who stayed in Ukraine and are resisting the military intervention, and thank those who have been supporting Ukraine from abroad. I want to thank the people of Mariupol, of the east and of the east of Ukraine, for standing up and staying strong. I want to express my love to all peoples of Ukraine. Thank you. Thank you. The things I have described and that touch me personally aren't happening only in Ukraine. Wars, occupation, apartheid, intense forms of social injustice are happening all over the world, including this country. We must always prioritize our own fights, but I also think it's equally important to build solidarity and cooperate with one another. Art has the power to connect people and make us dream, imagine the change. As graduates of Portland State University, we should use the knowledge, skills, and experience acquired here to address the injustice and violence and work on making the world a better place together. Thank you, and peace to you all.
Thanks so much to both of these wonderful student speakers who are representing the undergraduate and the graduate students graduating today. Thank you for sharing your stories and your passion and your heart. Each year, PSU, like other universities in the country, engages in a process of identifying, reviewing, and then awarding honorary degrees. Honorary degrees are meant to connote and express our appreciation for very strong achievement in many important areas of our lives. In the last couple of years, we have been doing that in the context of our own community. Rather than going outside of the greater Portland area in Oregon, we have been looking for people in our own state and our own region and community who have done amazing things to advance our communities. And so we take the occasion at graduations to actually award those honorary degrees. It's my pleasure to introduce our honorary degree recipient, Jose Eduardo Gonzalez, the co-founder and executive artistic director for Miracle Theater Group in Teatro Milagro. For nearly 40 years, Jose has been a visionary leader in Portland's cultural art community. Jose, along with his co-founder and life partner Danielle, are dedicated to sharing the vibrancy of Latino theater, culture, and arts with our community and across the West. As both a writer and artistic director, Jose has focused his energy on developing and presenting works that give voice to issues affecting the local, regional, and global Latinx community. He's particularly emphasized accessible bilingual productions. Outside the theater, Jose is actively involved in supporting the arts through workshops and education, a consistent fixture in classrooms with very young to aspiring adults. He has served as an adjunct professor here at Portland State. Jose is a true visionary in Oregon's theater community. I thank him for this work, and it is my pleasure to confer upon him an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters. Unfortunately, Jose is unable to be with us today. Accepting the degree on his behalf is our own Dr. Richard Wattenberg, and we will be then presenting a video which Jose recorded so he could speak to you today. I would like to present you with the hood we will give to him. And I would like to, so, the honorary degree. Thank you from him. Thank you. Thank you. And now we'll have the video.
It's a great honor to have been invited to speak to you today at this important time as you prepare to graduate from Portland State University's College of the Arts. I'm particularly proud because I've had the good fortune to serve as an adjunct in both the theater department and Chicano Studies program. And most recently, if you consider 2016 and 17 recent, the privilege of designing 2 PSU theatrical productions, Doubt and The Baque. Why is this moment momentous? Well, there's no question that these times are a-changing. The pandemic has altered our lives in ways that we could have never imagined. It has affected every aspect of our world, our perceptions of ourselves and others, ways we work, communicate, and create, and in many of us, rekindled that eternal human quest, the search for meaning. Why are we here? What is our purpose? What is the meaning of life? Now, I'm not going to get all spiritual on you, and really, that's not what this is all about. But I will say this, regardless of whether you consider these questions spiritual or not, they are real, and I'm positive all of you have considered them at one time or another. These essential questions are inside all of us. Some are more present, others perhaps not as much. Sometimes they sleep, sometimes they emerge by themselves, sometimes something in the course of life ignites them. We are in a time of great awakening, a jolting of our consciousness, one that has caught us by surprise, shattering our complacency, our routines, and our perceptions of the world around us. In ancient Chinese philosophy, yin and yang, dark, light, negative, positive, is a philosophical concept that describes how obviously opposite or contrary forces may actually be complementary, interconnected, and interdependent in the natural world, and how they may give rise to each other as they interrelate to one another. But why do I bring this up? Because it's the best way that I have of illustrating the idea that opposites, dark light, negative positive, Democrat, Republican, don't have to be oppositional and always in conflict. That isn't a my way or the highway situation. Now, this idea is challenging and difficult to articulate. And to be clear, this is not the same as compromise, where each opposing party gives up something in order to keep the peace and move along. There's nothing inherently wrong in compromise. It does have its place, particularly in politics and marriage, it seems. According to Phyllis McGinley, compromise, if not the spice of life, is its solidity. It is what makes nations great and marriages happy. However, Ayn Rand says, I can accept anything except what seems to be the easiest for most people. The halfway, the almost, the just about, the in-between. I'm with Ayn Rand. That anything that she refers to isn't compromise, but the idea that contrary forces, complementary, interconnected, and interdependent, may give rise to each other, resulting in a resolution that's superior to compromise. Not an either or, but a both and. Now is the time to seize the opportunity to reject compromise as the only option to settle differences, the halfway, and to reach for a higher bar, one that elevates the oppositions to a new and better union. That's where you come in as students and practitioners of the arts. And I want to emphasize students because I believe the quest for artistry is a never-ending, continuing endeavor. It's an object or concept that will ever be elusive, but that's okay because it's the journey that matters and how you conduct yourself on that path. In my own world, and something I realized way back in 1975 when I first started as a know-nothing carpenter at the Portland Civic Theater, the process, the journey is where I felt most engaged, most alive, most creative. Whichever field or form you choose, your art, your practice has the opportunity to change the world we live in. I know that's a big ask, but it's true. Art has the power to transform our sometimes dim and contrarian reality into something that's bright and unifying. It can elevate not only our minds, but our vision, rising above the horizon, reaching to the stars. Art can bring us together, bridging the divides that alienate, isolate, and harm, providing both healing and hope. That's the path that you've chosen, and I want to commend all of you for assuming that challenging but all too important responsibility. You can do it. Sí se puede. Thank you.
My thanks to the PSU Chamber Choir for that beautiful, beautiful performance of My Heart Be Brave. We are all so very proud of our internationally regarded chamber choir, as they have once again earned the distinction of representing the United States at a prestigious international choral festival. This time, they will be traveling to Portugal in September to perform at the 2022 World Choral Exposition. I would now like to introduce our undergraduate speakers. Our first undergraduate student representative is Michael Lampkin from the School of Film. Michael is receiving a bachelor degree, a Bachelor of Arts in Film. Our second undergraduate student representative is Natana Iterate. From the School of Music and Theater. Natana is receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Theater Arts.
Hello and good morning. My name is Michael Lampkin, and like many of you, I am graduating today with a bachelor's degree. For me, however, achieving this milestone was not a foregone conclusion. In high school, I was more interested in my social life than achieving academic success or thinking about my future. After I graduated, I found myself enrolled in business classes at community college. I was unprepared, unmotivated, and I eventually dropped out and went to work as a warehouse laborer. On my days off, I would recharge by staying home and watching movies. Movies provided me with an escape, but they soon also pointed me in a promising new direction. When I arrived at PSU, the COVID lockdowns were in place, and my first production projects were made solo. When in-person learning started up again, the transition to collaborating in groups is difficult, but it provided me with one of the most gratifying experiences I had at PSU. Through collaboration, I discovered that being in a community is an act of love, a transformative experience that allows diverse ideas and perspectives to come together to produce something new. To all the students that I had the honor of working with, thank you. The process of getting an assignment, meeting new people, trying to organize, overcoming scheduling conflicts and production problems, to arrive at a finished product is daunting. But somehow it happens. Everyone pulls together, and we all get to enjoy the reward of seeing the fruits of our labor on the big screen. Moving forward, as a member of the Latinx community, I'm motivated to facilitate the stories of underrepresented people through documentary and fiction film forms. I don't have all the details of my future figured out, but I know that my love for the art of filmmaking and telling community-based stories will ground and guide me. Fellow graduates, in uncertain times like these, it's important to find a sense of meaning and purpose. While working in the arts might seem more like a dream than a career goal, we cannot succumb to the fear of failure, which will prevent us from realizing our true potential. So I'd like to conclude by saying congratulations for having the courage to face uncertainty and the pursuit of what you love. Keep going, you owe it to yourself.
Hello, everybody. I know that I should be speaking for everybody here, but I'm going to talk about myself for just a bit if you don't mind. Today, June 10th, is an important date to me for a few reasons. The first and most important reason why today is obviously important to me is because I get to officially and proudly say that I graduated with a degree in theater arts. A dream that I always thought would just stay a dream because I was convinced that pursuing my passion as an Asian American actress was just too risky. Clearly, I never let that idea stop me because I wasn't going to let anything, let alone a risk, get in the way of my love for performing and bringing joy to others. Another reason why June 10th is an important day to me is because today marks the 8th year anniversary since I was in the Reynolds High School school shooting in 2014. I was 14 years old, and I never thought I would overcome the trauma, fear, and loss that was installed to me that day. But I did. Which brings me to the last reason why today is important to me, because I get to stand here in front of a group of strong, intelligent, hardworking human beings who have overcome so much to be here. We all have individually prevailed over various hardships, whether it be the trauma from a school shooting, loss of a loved one, heartbreak, war, systematic racism, self-discovery, identity, the subtle fear of getting an arts degree and having to consider things like a side job, marrying rich, or completely changing your major to something your parents deem more realistic. Or one of the hardest obstacles we've all had to face, such as being in a quarantine that was supposed to last 2 weeks that ended up being 2 years. And having to take said major arts classes online. Jokes aside, we are all able to get through those tough moments of our lives and not let it get in the way of our dreams and passions. Our setbacks will not hold us back from success. Not today, not ever. Let's continue to overcome any obstacles, because boy, will there be obstacles. Congratulations, Portland State University College of the Arts graduates.
Thank you, Michael and Natana. And now we turn our attention to student and faculty awards. Today, I am proud to announce the recipient of the College of the Arts Dean's Council Award for Research, Scholarship, and Creativity. This award comes with a prize of $4,000 funded from the College of the Arts Dean's Fund for Opportunities and Excellence, awarded to faculty members who demonstrate significant contributions to research, scholarship, and/or creative activity at the national or international level. This year's Dean's Council Award for Research, Scholarship, and Creativity goes to Young Min Kwan, Associate Professor in the School of Film. Dr. Kwan's research and teaching focuses on film and media, gender and sexuality, fans and audiences, media, celebrity, and Korean East Asian popular culture. Her work examines film and digital media through queer and feminist perspectives, looking at how non-normative identities challenge and disrupt traditional hierarchies in Korean culture. Her work has been published in numerous academic journals, and she is currently working on her second book, The Invisibility: Dilemmic Queer Media Cultures and Voices in Contemporary South Korea. She was named the College of the Arts Researcher Administrator of the Year in 2022. In making its recommendation, the selection committee commended Dr. Kwan for demonstrating international prominence and helping to shape the rapidly emerging field of South Korean media culture. Congratulations, Dr. Kwan. The Andreas Dynam Prize for Visionaries and Provocateurs is given annually to a student committed to expanding public dialogue through creative artistic expression, original research, or an innovative project highlighting the role and value of art in the 21st century. The prize is named for PSU professor Andreas Dynam, who transformed PSU's cultural and intellectual landscape through his innovative use of film in education. Dynam brought film studies to Portland State, co-founding the Center for the Moving Image in 1969, and placing film at the heart of a liberal arts education. Having witnessed Nazi oppression in his native Friesland and confronted the Hollywood blacklist after he immigrated to the United States, Dynam placed high value on the role of the personal voice in art and public life. Outspoken and often controversial, he used film and public television to foster conversations around issues such as censorship and minority rights. Established with gifts from devoted former students and others inspired by his values, the $10,000 Andreas Dynam Prize is the largest cash prize in the College of the Arts. This year's prize goes to Nia Musiba. Nia is pursuing a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Graphic Design. With this award, Nia will create the Alphabet of Black Creators, a multimedia project highlighting the work of 26 contemporary Black creators through the publication of a book and website, and the establishment of a community of artists where Black voices can come together to celebrate each other. In recommending her for this prize, art and design senior instructor Precious Bugarin praised Nia's vibrant collaborative mural projects on campus and her leadership in Comma, a student-directed group focused on creating community engagement, professional mentorship, and support among BIPOC design students. Precious said that, and I quote, "Nia shines in her curiosity, exploration, and dedication to art, and more importantly, to all people. She is unique in her dedication to using her creative talents for social change," end of quote. Congratulations, Nia. And now for the conferring of degrees. And before I invite President Percy and Provost Jeffords to the podium for their part of this, I just needed to make one quick announcement. As we are living in this time of supply chain snafus, and the commencement covers that we were going to present to you are speeding their way here as we speak. And our hope is that before this ceremony is done, that we will be able to direct you to a room in the back of this facility where you may pick up your covers. So do not be disappointed or discouraged. This is not a recension of your degree. This is just a holdup of degree covers, and so all is well. All right, so I now invite President Percy and Provost Jeffords to the podium.
Well, that's the first time that's ever happened. Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise and remain standing? President Percy, I recommend to you the candidates for the master's degrees in the fields offered at Portland State University.
Provost Jeffords, upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority of the Portland State University Board of Trustees, and recognition that the graduation covers are on their way and will be here soon, I am delighted and thrilled to confer upon you the respective master's degrees you have earned at Portland State University. Congratulations to each of you. When you come forward with your faculty marshal, you'll be introduced and greeted. Guests of the graduates, please listen for your graduates program to be called.
And then hand back. Got it. Mob Mohammed. Abigail Tiller. Sarah Elamaro. Sean Silverstein. Alexa Esguerra. Megan Doherty. Austin Pellegrini. Nancy Barakat. Tabasa Kandalkar. Next up, musical theater grads. We have Megan Yernak. Taylor Hewlett. Suzanne Stevens.
Porter. Justin Miller. Next up, School of Art and Design grads. We've got Shelby Loomis. Ilya Yakunovanek. You got it, Liz.
Yeah, okay. Will all the candidates for baccalaureate degrees and certificates rise and remain standing?
Get
I
up,
think
get
that's
up,
everybody
get up.
else. It took a minute to warm up to that, but that was good. President Percy, I present to you the candidates for baccalaureate degrees and candidates for certificates in the fields offered at Portland State University. I recommend to you the candidates for degrees of Bachelor of Arts, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music, and the candidates for certificates.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and with the authority of the Portland State Board of Trustees, and recognizing the resilience and shining energy of these amazing students, I am pleased to confer upon you your respective baccalaureate degrees and certificates, which you've earned at Portland State University. Congratulations to each of you. Thank you. You may be seated, and will the faculty marshal now lead the baccalaureate candidates forward to be introduced and greeted.
It's the School of Architecture. Ellie Josephine. We got Sierra Algraff. Pete Panagois Mosura. Anna Kinch. Daniel Richards. Victoria Hilton. Chloe Hant. Jackson Toole. Brian Wilkinson. Adam Kajuli Mikado Leeson. Elliot Heaton. Lexi Cotton. Nadia Mindera. Badur Almania. Yara Alcalat. Sandra Garcia Garcia. Bibian Ortiz. Mendoza Ortiz. Bassam Almanya. Abdullah Ali. Ibrahim Ukbakbar. Yeah! Good job. Christian Studebaker. Kuvan Tai. Diana Melendez. Bryce Guzman. Oh, good hat. Emma Paget. Allison Lavaya Lopez. Samantha Contreras Leos. Mirabel Sabata. Brenda Gonzalez Amaro. Mendestra Provost. Christopher J. Molinar. Arten Simonchuk. Abed Ariza. William Wynn. Adele Makbul. Alfonso Perez Cruz. Reston Pritchett. Victory Kamau. Thank you. Karen Rendon. Ian Sharimi. Jennifer Anderson. Kyle Davis. Rebecca Silk. Angelo Bologna. Nathan Long. School of Art and Design friends. Taylor Begg. Tiana Green. Sydney Mina Yu. Mackenzie Carroll. Michael Jeffrey Vasquez. Connie Hahn. Cameron Perry. Amanda Escobar. Philo Conseco Juarez. Emery Nakagawa. Dylan Sherman. Shuji Tokizi Tozaki. Marilyn Reyes Ayala. Ginger Kidwell. Emma Lancaster Huggins. I'm used to Moda Center. Elias Taylor. Thank you. Houston Mills III. Yuri Petty. Mariah Landers. Sadie Moore. Sophia Reed. Tony Kane. That was, yeah. Soriana. Kylie Kobidi. Danny Olivia Hansen. Nimade Muyu Suatsu. Allison Smith. Good hat. Caitlin the phonetics are rocking my world right now. Lundelius, there you go. People are drawing pictures on these cards, like it's wild. Marcy Hootson. Jessica Lee. Kaya Lathrop. Macy Eastland. Phoebe Jakes. Brandy Anderson. Monday Claire Miller. Chloe Fittner. Sierra Gray. Nicole Gierta. Hannah Gill. Jennifer Wong. Peter Wynn. Nicole Tong. Naomi Lakai. Luke Stasica. Kirsten Hicks. Javier Sanchez. Daniel Taplaya Sylvia. Sage Bailey. Grace Poutney. Brian Wynn. Virgie Rivera Ortega. Sophie Wynn. Guadalupe Sanchez Lopez. Abby Lautenbach. Samantha Mann. Michaela Gold. Emma Rocklin. Yasmin Gonzalez Mendoza. Farah Al-Kahid. Apakali Fauch. Adolfo Gonzalez. Jamil Gonzalez. Chase Farrell. Alexandra Rice. Jason Lay. Jessica Carbajal. Amber Shrewsbury. Angelo Alvarez. Brian Sense. He's a 2015 grad. Kofi Heslop. Woo! Kessel. Hannah King. Oh my goodness. Your hat, your hat. Courtney Chan. Corinne O'Connor. Gage Murray. Shannon Steed. Anna Keenberger. Good flowers. Madeline Beer. Johanna Hauska. Leanne Victorio. Huang Lee. Charles Matson. Magali Guadaloro. I read the phonetics. I shouldn't have done the phonetics. Kyle Shoop. Colleen Martinelli. Azanya Ayagubi. Orion Rodriguez. Nicola Cheadle. Maria Wetking. Sam Wetley. Randy Chong. Anastasia Parquette. Aaron Stagner. Cami Shattuck. Antonio Zamudo. Michael Fulgaro. Lisa Pamavangse. Tran Lee. Sarah Zupnik. Lynn Lee. Kayala Mitchell Yohe. BB Anderson. Michaela Green. Yanyo Liu. Dion Powell. Oh, puppy. Benjamin Dane. School of Film.
This is the School of Film. Jordan Moiser. Seamus Coyle. Tom Newton. Regan Harding. William Mayhew. Dusty Golden Column. Ren Park. Andrew Newin. Michael Lampkin. Jesse Quant. Kendall Houston. Adrian Bratner. Sierra Bettine. Destin Bourdon. I love this. Emma Bokovitz. Stephanie Arndt. Ellie Schunzer. Sierra Smith. Raymond Hill. Ella Howard. Sydney Anderson. Genevieve Hunsacker. Wamanas Tandamaran. William Tong. Jordan Rasmussen. Paloma Bynum. Shane McNeil. Morgan Webb. Alicia Morales Baca. Patrick Acevedo. Gerald Waddell. Gianna Basili. Michelle Zender. Audrey Loxo. Aaron Hodge. Alexandra Irwin. New Wintron. School of Music and Theater. Nicholas Heinz. Madison Vaughn. Elizabeth Faliano. Natana Iteritz. Alyssa Paulson. Elizabeth Harper. Lauren Solano. Diana Cisneros. Namjul Karpatsong. Isaac Sten. Jacoby Hulk Luke. Alexander Abrazador. Abrazal. It's close. Kyle Rogers. Tonin Friedman. Judy Turner and Mo. Spencer Schillinger. Aaron Bergson. Colin Hunt. Cassidy Morago. Maxwell Longshore. Zachary Schleicher. Gabriel Klein. Devin Schofield. Ash Phillips. Alyssa Tanksley. Olivia Alfson. Carolyn Holtz. Marlena Hendrick. Shayla Lamaster Bailey. Kea Hellman. Johnny Barker. Barker? Yes. Kevin Jacobs. I want to get this right. Yana Pisarchuk. Naomi Bowers. Rainey Welterlin. Adriana Wagner. Wes Georgiev. Juan Felipe Bastidas Zapata. Todd Fisher. Emma Bukol. Eric Jarlstrom. Ashley K. Plasik. Briona Tarver. Gathan Myers. Mikal Mentor. Mateo Mora.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Even though I said that out loud in front of everyone. We got it.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our name readers. Thank you all. They were College of the Arts faculty members Kate Bingham and Burt and Karen McGaldy. Thank you so much. And now, will the Master and Baccalaureate candidates please rise? And again, there we go. I love that this building is shaking more for arts graduates than for some of our athletic performances. At this time, you all may change your tassel from the right to the left side. Congratulations. And now it's yours.
All right, thank you all. So, graduates, before I give my final remarks, I want to say that we are excited to announce that the diploma covers have arrived. That's right. So now you are officially graduated with a diploma and everything. All right? Immediately following the ceremony, you will be led to the practice gym where you all started this morning to pick up your diploma cover. And we want to thank you for being so understanding. And we definitely apologize for the delay. So, you may be seated just for a minute. Before I give my final remarks, I'd like to give one final thanks to those who made this CODA first solo commencement so special and a success. First, I'd like to thank President Percy and Provost Jeffords for being here this morning. Thank you. I'd like to thank our wonderful student speakers. Again, I'd like to thank our readers, Karen McGaldy and Kate Bingham-Burt. I want to thank our brilliant and talented faculty who are sitting among us, regaled and in attendance this morning. Thank you, faculty. And CODA's outstanding staff who are here today volunteering their time for this commencement. I would also like to give special thanks to our Director of Communications and PR, Karen O'Donnell Stein. And a special thanks to two women for whom, if it were not for them, none of us would be sitting here today, and that is Echo Monetti and Anna Burnett. They have done an incredible job with this commencement and sought no recognition for it. As a matter of fact, when I sent in my words for my script, they removed their names from my remarks for thanks, but they're not the boss of me. So, they got thanked, so there. So, and as we conclude, to quote Shirley Chisholm, the first Black American elected to Congress and the first Black candidate for President of the United States, her quote, "Service is the rent we pay for the privilege of living on this earth," end of quote. You may have thought you were done with assignments for the moment, but keeping that truth from Shirley Chisholm in mind, I'm going to give you one more important assignment. At this moment, I ask you to make a commitment to go out into the world and not only strive to do well, but also to do good. Use your creativity, your courage, and your compassion in the service of your community to tell the stories of those who are often overlooked, to help those who are marginalized, to work for justice, to hold on tight to your dreams and keep on creating, no matter where your dreams take you. Class of 2022, congratulations. Well, in keeping with the tradition of the graduation ceremony, we will follow the order of dismissal with the platform party going first, followed by the newly graduated students and then faculty. Please remain seated until your row is dismissed. Family and friends, you may meet your graduate outside of the Viking Pavilion on the park blocks, and we welcome everyone to join us for a reception in Shattuck Hall, which is just across the way. And again, congratulations, graduates.